I didn't allow my son to go to his paternal grandparents' anniversary BBQ because his father's stepchildren will be there. My ex-husband Mike called me last month asking if our 10-year-old son Jake could come to his parents' 40th wedding anniversary party. It sounded innocent enough until he mentioned that his new wife Kelly would be bringing her 3 kids, ages 12, 14, and 16. Here's the thing Mike conveniently forgot to mention. The last time Jake spent time with those kids was at Christmas, and he came home with a black eye. Kelly's oldest son Derek had playfully punched him during a video game, but Jake was too scared to tell his dad what really happened. I only found out because Jake's teacher noticed the bruise and asked about it. When I confronted Mike, he brushed it off saying boys will be boys, and that Derek was just trying to include Jake in their rough play. He said I was being over-dramatic and turning Jake into a wimp. But it wasn't just the black eye. Jake had been coming back from his dad's house different after Kelly moved in. He'd be quiet for days, wouldn't want to talk about his visits, and started having nightmares about being chased by bigger kids. One time he came home with his favorite Pokemon cards missing. When I asked where they were, he said Derek took them and told him he was too young for that baby stuff. Mike said Derek was just trying to help Jake mature and that losing some cards wasn't a big deal. So when Mike called about the anniversary party, I said absolutely not. Jake wasn't going anywhere near those kids again. Mike got furious and said I was being ridiculous. He claimed Kelly's children were perfectly nice and that I was poisoning Jake against his new family. I told him that Jake's safety was more important than his new wife's feelings. Mike said his parents were expecting Jake and that I was being selfish and vindictive. He even threatened to take me to court for violating his custody agreement. I said go ahead. I'd love to explain to a judge why I'm protecting my son from bullies. Mike hung up on me. The day of the party, I took Jake to the water park instead. We spent the whole day going down slides and playing in the wave pool. Jake had the biggest smile on his face and kept saying it was the best day ever. That evening, my phone started buzzing with angry texts from Mike. Apparently, the party had been a complete disaster. Derek got into a fist fight with his younger brother during the barbecue and knocked over the anniversary cake. The middle kid threw a tantrum when someone told him to stop swearing in front of the elderly relatives. The youngest one decided to chase the neighbor's dog and ended up falling into the decorative pond, soaking his clothes, and crying for an hour. Mike's parents were mortified, and several relatives left early because Kelly's kids were being so disruptive. Mike's mom called me the next day and apologized. She said she hadn't realized how badly those children behaved, and that she was grateful Jake wasn't there to get caught up in the chaos. She admitted that Derek had been mean to Jake before and that she should have listened to my concerns. She invited Jake over for a quiet lunch the following weekend, just the 3 of them, and promised that Kelly's kids wouldn't be anywhere near the house. Jake was thrilled to spend time with his grandparents without having to worry about getting picked on or hurt. Mike finally admitted I was right when his own mother told him those kids were out of control. He agreed that future visits would be planned more carefully and that Jake's well-being came first. 3 months later, Kelly moved out after Derek got arrested for vandalizing the school gym. Turns out the kid had serious anger issues that everyone had been ignoring. Mike called to thank me for protecting Jake from what could have been much worse situations. Now Jake looks forward to visiting his dad again, and his nightmares completely stopped.